Hey there. It's been a couple weeks since I rode. I was out in Colorado, but I was also feeling a little bit. When I was in Colorado, my ex-wife had a cold. Let me get into that. Stay tuned. So, since I've gotten back from Colorado, I've been feeling completely smashed. Every day after work, I've been coming home and taking a nap. Now, I think this was a bit of jet lag due to going on the red eye, coming back Saturday evening. Also, my ex-wife had a cold. I might have been fighting a little something off, although maybe not successfully. I'll get to that in a moment. But for whatever reason, I just needed to come home and, just go to sleep. I was that tired. So the plan today is to just do some laps on the flat and put in the pedal strokes just lightly. Stroke the pedals lightly. So with the cold, I woke up from a nap today. Once again, I was tired and I feel a little bit of a scratchy throat, but still not even been a mile into this ride, and it's got progressively worse, which makes me think that that's more allergies, but who knows. So the key is to just do a light spin today, just kind of get stuff flowing, because even if it is a cold, a little bit of light exercise should help. If it's allergies, yeah, it'll probably make it a little bit worse. Maybe I'll take some allergy medication. But, yeah. So a little technical note. I'm filming in 720p at 60 frames per second. So I can do a little slow-mo if I want to half speed. I'm going to export it
30 frames per second on my GoPro 5. Why is
that? Well, the thing I noticed when I was in Colorado is I brought the 11 and the 12 and was filming higher resolution, but it became a lot of effort to export that on my HP. And honestly, with most of the internet connections when I'm traveling, the default that it plays at for YouTube that it's able to play at without slowing down is 720p. So I figured I like that feature on the Hero 5. It's a little bit lower technology, lower resolution, which is actually better in my use case. So I'm filming at 720p, 60 frames per second, right now in the Super View lens. Now, as far as weight, as far as I can tell, I stayed about the same weight-wise over vacation. So I didn't gain weight traveling and during vacation, so I actually take that as a win. But again, I would like to start losing weight. What I've found that works best started to lose some weight in the fall, and I gained it back during ski season, but was to ride 30 to 45 minutes frequently 4 to 5 times a week. So hopefully I'm feeling good enough this week to do that and start chipping away, but we'll see. The other thing I want to start doing a little bit now that ski season's over is hitting the weights again. Now last year, even at 48, I was bench pressing up to 275 pounds. That's free weights. So I was really a strong boy, but don't need to get up to that kind of weight this year, but more just for toning and that kind of thing. Just to keep strong and good for bone health. The reason I did slack a little bit during the ski season is alpine skiing is kind of like weight training for your legs if you're doing race turns. So I did 40 days skiing. My legs are pretty strong. My arms might be getting a little bit weaker, but it still kind of has that weightlifting response where, you know, probably release a lot of human growth hormone naturally. So your arms don't weaken that much from alpine skiing, I don't think. Not like they do when you're out riding your bike a lot. So right now I'm about halfway in. I am noticing whatever the cold, the allergies, whatever it is. It does feel good to get out and pedal, even though I haven't done it in a while. One thing that I have to readapt to is feeling of being in the saddle again. Haven't been there for 2 weeks, so I got to get a little bit used to that again. That's okay. When I was out in Colorado, I didn't ride because it was a little too chilly. I didn't have my bike out there either, but my ex-wife had some extra bikes, but we didn't ride because it was a little bit too chilly, but we went on a lot of hikes. So I went on 4 long good hikes. Most of the time we're above 8,000 feet, so it's good for the workout. But didn't get that saddle time in. Okay, 22 minutes in. This is my third and I think last lap. Tonight we're going to go over to my sister and her husband's place for dinner. So, yeah, getting a little exercise before that, which is good. All right, welcome to the post-ride analysis. So today I titled the ride, and I'm going to title the video, Big Bad Man with a Beard Goes for a Bike Ride.
Is there a picture of him?
What?
No.
Anyways, No, big bad man with a beard goes for a bike ride. Now, the idea behind the big bad man is this comes up from a math department meeting we had a year ago where we were doing professional development. We were talking about very serious stuff, and we did a research on what it takes bench press to become a big bad man. And a Reddit poster said you have to bench press at least 225 pounds. Now, last year I was bench pressing up to 275 pounds, so I figure I qualify. I haven't been bench pressing much this year, but I think I could still eke out 225. So that's where the title comes from. So let's get to the post-ride analysis. So today was my in caps first lowercase ride, in caps back from Calo, in caps Rado. I've been in caps smashed, lowercase all week, in caps long, comma, lowercase,
What do you mean?
taking in caps nap, lowercase after in caps work. Lowercase. I think I had jet in caps lag from taking the, and that's in lowercase, in caps red eye, lowercase back from Calo, in caps Rado, lowercase last Saturday. In this in caps ride, comma, lowercase, I discuss the in caps purpose, lowercase, of the in caps ride, which this is lowercase, which was to mostly in caps soft, lowercase pedal today, comma, not going to in caps hard. Period, lowercase. I wanted to take it in caps easy, lowercase, after being in caps beat, lowercase, all week, in caps long, lowercase, because I, in caps, wore myself out, lowercase, when I was in Calo, in caps Rado, lowercase, hanging out with the in caps ex-wife. Also in caps, it felt good, lowercase, to spin my bike with a gentle pedal in caps stroke, lowercase, on my in caps 172.5 cranks. Lowercase, I stayed on the in caps flat, lowercase, today, comma, in caps making, lowercase, sure to put my in caps body, lowercase, under a light in caps load. And that's my story of the ride today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Woo!